All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Monica Kelley Show. We are about to dive into the life of a special guest in the studio with me today, Mrs. LaTonya McElroy. She's a wife, she's a mom, she's a pastor's wife, and Anna, a successful business owner. And I am your host, Monica Kelley, and we are about to dive into episode number 2. All right. Good morning.
Good morning, Monica.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Good. All right. Well, I'm glad to have you here in the studio with me. Today, I just want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. We'll start out so you can calm down a little bit because I'm nervous too. It's okay. So you can calm down just a little bit. So tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from, maybe where you went to school at, just to get yourself flowing, and then we'll dive right in.
Thank you.
You're
I needed
so
that. But first, I want to thank you. I want to tell you how excited I am to see what you're doing, to see you doing all the things you've done over the years.
Oh.
I told you one time, I really feel like we need to sit down and have, like, even if it's just for some tea, coffee,
right,
just have some conversations, because I felt like you were one of those people
Mhm.
who stood out, who knew how to present herself as a woman and as a professional.
Right.
And I saw you take a totally different career and just turn it into like something spectacular.
Oh.
Well, this was before I even experienced a transition that I felt that need, and I know now why. So I want to congratulate you.
Thank you
on all of your success.
Thank you.
Everything that you have in you is the reason you've been able to have the successes that you have. And so I congratulate you. I brought you something.
Oh God, y'all are gonna make me cry online.
I know, me too. Now, these gave me vacation vibes.
Okay.
So this is why. So you'll see when you open them. And not everybody can rock long items, so you just have to and open it. I gotta see it. You don't have to show them, but I need you to see what color they are.
Are they pink? Oh, they're so cute. Thank you. Look, yes, I will be wearing these on vacation. I have a vacation coming up soon. I don't know how soon, but it's coming, and I'm excited about it. So thank you.
Mhm.
I appreciate it. All right. You feeling a little better?
Mm.
All right. Okay. So what led you to your career in financial services, and what do you believe prepared you for this?
I would love to say that I knew all my life that I would be in this industry and this is what I would be doing, but I didn't.
Yeah.
And I couldn't have been more prepared,
Mhm.
not because I knew, but because God literally ordered my steps.
Mhm.
And when I say that, it's so funny because people think, well, how did you get prepared? And people think education and experience and all that's good.
Mhm.
But what prepared me the most,
What was that?
really difficult times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Struggles in different career aspects, dealing with COVID and managing a company through that process.
Mhm.
I even had to manage a company through an abrupt closing. And it was like being on a ship that was sinking, and I wanted to save myself.
Mhm.
I wanted to do what was best for LaTonya, Darnee. I wanted to do what was best for me.
Right.
And I just asked God to guide me, to lead me, to show me. And literally every step in my career, I've followed his leading. I ask him and I get an answer before I make a move.
Wow.
And so where I was, I knew he had told me to go there, but I'm like, how could you put me on a sinking ship?
Right. Right.
And he made me stay. And he taught me the character lesson of others first.
Wow.
Nobody, you don't put yourself above or before anybody. Finish the job.
Right.
And I had to stay and get everybody else to safety.
Right. Right.
Which meant helping other people find opportunities, moving and shifting other people to new roles. And I was writing resumes. I was rewriting resumes. I was making contacts to set up connections for people. And literally I said, Lord, okay, let me be last.
Wow.
And I was literally last.
Wow.
I was literally the last person to have an open door. And I prayed for that. And I can say that taught me more than anything, because it taught me that if you do the right thing,
oh yes,
and you do it for the right reasons,
right,
regardless of how it may look, you're going to be fine.
You'll be just
in fact,
fine.
You'll be even
better off.
Better off.
So I really like that you said that, because most of the time I tell my kids this, my boys this all the time, and a lot of people that are close to me, and that's not a lot of people, but people that are close to me, I say, I deny myself daily. It's not about me. It's about making sure that I take care of the people that are here in this community and those that are not in this community. How can I be an assistance to them? So I like how you put that, because you are exactly right. Sometimes we have to be last. And the Bible clearly talks about the last being first and the first shall be last. So I really do thank you for bringing that up, because that's a very true statement. Let's move on. So how can people reach you if they have more questions about your financial services? We have a banner going across the bottom that has all of your contact information, but tell the audience how they can reach you.
Okay, thank you. So since we won't talk a whole lot in depth about the financial services aspect today,
Absolutely.
I definitely want people to call me.
Right.
If you have questions, or if you're interested in just knowing more, or you want to talk about your goals, what those may look like, and how to get there. And that number, I'll give you a phone number for the office. It's 870-642-2431. Okay. You can also connect with me. I'm all over social media. LinkedIn is my professional profile. You can find me, of course, under my first and last name, and message me there. You can also find me on Facebook, first and last name, and connect with me. Anything that you need, I'm here for you. I do have a cell phone number. You can use that. Just don't text me about financial things and I'll be okay. I'll be in compliance. 903-244-3629. And I'd love to continue a conversation around that. But back to your question about what led me or prepared me for this, I'll say this. I didn't know that working with people in bankruptcy. I was a bankruptcy paralegal, and I was an administrator for the Office of the Chapter 13 trustee for the Western District of Pennsylvania and the Northern District of Texas, and then a law firm. And I was walking people through the process of evaluating their assets. What do you own? What's in your bank account? How many cars do you have? What's your mortgage payment? All your assets, everything you own, money in your 401k or retirement investments. And then what are your liabilities? Who do you owe? What do you owe? How much is it? What's your interest rate? And I was evaluating people's finances, their budgets. I was able to see, because most of the people who went through bankruptcy weren't bad people.
Right.
They weren't just trying to shuck their responsibilities or shirk their responsibilities. They were literally dealing with unexpected.
Right.
The unexpected happens in life.
Yes, ma'am.
And what I found out is most people are little or maybe unprepared for that. And in cases of bankruptcy, a lot of times I found that people may have had their finances in order and may have been doing very well, and then something unexpected happens. So that prepared me to really be able to look at people's budgets and understand assets and liabilities and net worth and operational expenses for a family, a household, and then also to help me to understand how to prepare people for the unexpected. That was something I learned from literally watching someone who's going through cancer treatment, sitting in a room, who had worked 40 years, but had lost so much because of an unexpected circumstance in life. So many families I was able to meet with and walk through that process, and it taught me a lot. And then human resources was what I did for 18 years. Well, for almost 2 decades, training people, which was my favorite thing. But the second thing that I did consistently was serve. Now, that you can't buy that experience. That is absolutely, you need to be in it and doing it to understand and to learn how to navigate through the ups and the downs of that. But the 401k plan and retirement plans, I didn't realize when I was enrolling people, every time a new employee came in, or talking to people about their contributions, or trying to encourage people, just give that 3 to 5%. What is 3 to 5%? So you can retire one day. And not just have a 1 week vacation, like a permanent vacation.
Absolutely.
Not have to do this all your life to your 70s and 80s. What is 3 to 5% of your income? Putting it aside for that. And one really thing that taught me a lesson in HR was I would throw these retirement parties for people, and I would invite their pastor, their family, their kids, and we'd have cake and we'd have all this, and we'd do this big thing for them to retire. And they were, most of the time they were like, in shock because they realized after they retire and that paycheck stopped,
that's it.
They had to rely on everything they'd saved up to that point in Social Security.
Right.
One day I took a T-shirt to a new retiree and she was at home. I remember her answering the door and I took the T-shirt because we didn't have them in stock before she left and it was her birthday T-shirt. And so I thought, oh, I'm going to take it to her and see how she's doing. And I went and I knocked on her door. I'd given her notice and I said, how are you? And she said, well, I'm okay, I guess.
Oh.
And I said, what is it? She said, honey, I might need to come back to work. And that's when the light bulb came on. What could I have done to help her be better prepared for that? So those experiences help.
Well, that is amazing. You talked about a lot there because I will say that most of us in this world or in this country is not prepared for when someone does throw us a retirement party, what happens next. I have dealt with 2 individuals in my life who are both retired, and I can honestly say the planning would have been amazing for them if they had someone like you to sit down and talk to them about it and they actually do it, because we can talk to people about stuff all the time, but it's up to them to do it. So I hear so many retirees say, I may have to go back to work. And so for me, with my children, I have been sharing with them lately that just having a job, an 8-to-5 job and retiring is not going to do the job. You're going to have to figure out something else, whether you need to invest in retirement or you need to start saving or putting back more than you really want to save and put back now so that it can grow. But I'm still a baby in the financial world. And so it's like I'm still on milk. So once I graduate from milk, or let's say, what do you call it when you have a baby? When I graduate from Similac and I go to whole milk, then maybe I can teach my kids.
No, you can teach your children now.
I can teach them now.
You can.
I know.
There's something that I want to share. It's called the time value of money. And I'm not going to talk about finances, but I'll say this.
Okay.
Just there are those people that worked for 40 years. They can't get that time back.
Absolutely.
There's no way you can get that time back. And I remember at those retirement parties, that's the reality. The reality is I'm 67 years old.
Right.
I don't get a do-over. But our children have an advantage. Right. Because of their age. We cannot wait until later. They can't afford to wait.
I totally agree.
But you know what? I feel that when we're investing in sharing that knowledge with our children and those that still have time, we're making an investment.
Right.
And it could be in our future too. I'm not just going to say, I mean, they may take care of us.
Well, my 2 keep telling me that I don't listen to them. So they've got a special place for me. And I was like, well, what is it? And they said, we're going to put you in the nursing home because you don't listen to us. Maybe you'll listen to somebody else.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm like, really, Tyler and Trent? But you know. That's my boys. Okay. Tell me, what kind of people do you want to work with?
Honestly, whenever you start working in any career field, your company or the best practice is who are your ideal clients and all that. Right. And I'll say aside from that, I wouldn't even focus on that. I would just say in the world, in my life, whether that's in church, in business, in friendships, in family, in connections, for any reason, I just want to work with good people.
There you go. That's all that matters. Okay. What is the biggest passion you've had across your career in the last 20 years and continues into what you do now? And we talked about that a little bit because I had no idea that you worked in bankruptcy. And there's a lot of people that are 1 foot in and 1 foot out from having to file bankruptcy and even foreclosure on their homes. So talk to us a little bit about what has taken place in the last 20 years and how it will help you moving forward.
So I think knowledge is really power for people. And yes, and people who were going through bankruptcy and reorganization, that was too late. It wasn't that they could do anything about it, but they at least could know their rights and know what to do and how to navigate. So that I think that still ties into my passion, which is education. I've never been a teacher. I've never desired to, I thought I wanted to do that one day. And then I was hiring and staffing teaching positions and roles. And I realized what it's really about being in the classroom.
Yeah.
And I realized that isn't for me. It is for a lot of people that have a passion. I have a passion for some other good things.
Right.
Just not that good thing. But I do have a passion for education because one of the things that I always tried to remind myself is what my grandmother taught me. And she said, get something up there that nobody can take away.
Absolutely.
She sat me down and she told me that, and I'll never forget that. She refused not to get her education. She was 9 when she was babysitting all of her siblings, and she refused to drop out of school, which they would do so that they could do regular work and help with the family. And she went back and finished high school. She was one of the only of her siblings to do it, the first. And she taught me that. Now that was a big accomplishment then. I went on to do more, but it was because in our time, graduating from high school was considered, okay, what's next? I always wanted, so what's next? So I did do that. You've got licenses and certifications. There are all kinds of ways to further your education, but truthfully, education is power. Knowledge is power. It's in any area, it's the difference between poverty and wealth.
Absolutely.
What we know or what we don't know can make or break us. And so I remember when I was at the credit union, my first HR role, I was so passionate about education that I wrote a whole entire training program.
Wow.
Called the 6 Essentials of Service Excellence. And we used that training program over the course of an entire year to use 6 segments to train all of our staff and all of the different branches. It gave me, I was passionate about it. It gave me energy. It was like an extra duty, like I created for myself because I loved education that much and training. And that's something I continue to do. So even until now, a lot of what I do is spend time teaching. What people don't know, they can't use what they don't know.
Absolutely.
And people need to make informed decisions. And I think the earlier people know some things, the better they are off in life. There's a whole population of people. It's like they're in a classroom without a teacher because there are people who have knowledge that don't want to share that knowledge.
Absolutely.
Not that they don't care, but they're just encumbered with their own life.
Absolutely.
And when you've always had it, you don't even know what it feels like to be that group of people or that person who doesn't have that knowledge.
Absolutely.
So I feel like we have some vacancies in the spirit, vacancies in the natural of people who are willing to share knowledge and information to help people to better themselves and their families. So that's what I love.
Nice. All right. Let's see. Describe a situation where you broke through barriers or limitations to achieve a significant goal or milestone.
Okay. I want to just talk about one.
Okay.
So leading up to this career in financial services, there were some tests required. These exams, there are like 4 of them.
Oh.
On average, I think they are 50 to 60% pass rate on each one.
I heard about these.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I averaged 4 hours and 32 minutes a night of sleep.
Wow.
For about 5 months, 4 to 5 months.
Wow.
And it was the hardest time of my entire life. And so if you put all those together, there was about a 15% chance of me actually passing all of them. When you add all of the probabilities together. And so I passed all of those on the first attempt.
Wow.
And that was, for me, that was a huge accomplishment. And now I represent about 7% of those in the financial service industry, meaning the barrier may be various things like more people, more gender representation, and then maybe some more minority representation would be fine as well to engage a different group of people. A lot of people look at someone and think they can relate, although that's such a misconception. Just because of the color of somebody's skin or gender, doesn't mean you're going to relate to them better. But people do tend to be drawn to what they think is more like them, what they perceive just outwardly. So I think there's some opportunity because of that, but that was definitely a challenge.
Whew.
I do not want to do over.
I understand. I definitely understand. I mean, I average 4 hours of sleep now, but I'm not studying for anything. So I definitely understand how you feel. Studying for any type of exam will put your mindset in your space. You're just in a totally different space when you're studying for something that you want so bad. Not only you want it, you deserve it, and you're going to live it, and that you're going to have that opportunity to help someone else. It will put you in a space. And I can only imagine being a wife and a mom and having a family and being in leadership position at that time, how everyone else around you felt, even though you were still trying to push through and be positive. It can be very tough. I get it. I understand, because I felt the same way with the real estate exam. And when I got there and I actually took it, I'm like, okay. But just before leading up to it, you're like, if I don't pass this, this is going to cost my family this, and it's going to cost my family that. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. So tell me, how do you approach facing fears or uncertainties, both professionally and personally?
You know what? I'm going to say this one word, and it sounds funny, but I force myself to throw my hands up and just go, wee. I was driving to D Queen, and it's a long 1 hour drive.
Yeah.
And it's got hills and curves. And there's one particular curve, and I went over the hill, and I was thinking about faith. And I was like, faith. And I was thinking about the zip line that I refused to jump off of on our vacation. We took a vacation down in Florida. And I got all the way up to the top of the zip line, and I could not do it.
Oh.
I was like, on my way up, I remembered I have a fear of heights. I was like, oh yeah, I'm afraid of heights. I thought this was going to be so fun. And so I got up there, and I was like, and AJ is down there going, Mama, what about your faith? And she's like, where's your faith now, Mama? Come on, go. Everybody was yelling. And he said, where's your faith? I said, I don't want it. And I said, come get me. Tell them to come get me down. So I didn't jump. And I was so disappointed in myself, because the girls went, and then AJ took my spot, and he went, and they swung and zip lined all through that park. And I was like, why couldn't I do it? So the way I thought about it, and I said, in life, that's what I have to do. I have to let go and trust God and realize that this is not going to kill me. I mean, I'm going to be okay. After you've been like that cat that fell off the roof and landed on your feet a few times, you're like, either way it goes.
Right.
I'm landing on my feet.
Absolutely.
And God has given us like this uncanny amount of faith because of having tested that faith.
Absolutely.
You don't get it for free.
No, you have to go through some things.
Yeah.
You definitely have to go through some things. Okay. Let me ask you a question. So how do you prioritize building trust with people and individuals in your work? And that's a big thing, because we as business owners know that people do business with who they like and trust.
That is so true. And one thing that where I failed or faltered taught me the biggest lesson on that. And that is, be careful with whom you associate.
Absolutely.
And in business, you really have to think about protecting your reputation. You can be trustworthy, but if the people you're connected to or to whom you're connected are not, it can be damaging to your reputation. So what I learned, which was a very hard lesson, which people say a lot, when people show you who they are, believe them. And I always give people such amount of just grace.
Yes.
And you want to see the best in people.
Yes.
You do.
You were preaching.
And I truly believe inside, deep down, everybody is good.
Yes.
But choices make a difference. And once people create a pattern of choices and you realize they don't have the same level of integrity that you do or that you stand for, you have to give that space.
Right.
And so protecting the reputation that you have, to me, is probably the most important thing. And truly, you need to care about people,
right,
and put them first.
right.
No, it's never chasing money over the person. And so, and this is not just in what I do now, this is in everything.
Right.
Focus on doing the most good for the most people, doing what God has assigned you to do, because there's a lot of good, but doing the best with that. If you tell someone you're going to do something,
do it.
Try to keep your word. Communicate if you can. But I think that really, honestly, just being about people and not about your own selfish gain at their expense is the biggest thing.
Right,
and actually caring.
Yeah.
And protecting your reputation.
Yes. It's tough because when you are a business owner and you are climbing and people start seeing your success out of nowhere, people will just start coming to you. And you have to learn, okay, is this person an attachment, or is this person someone that is going to truly help me grow? Because everyone is different. And I like when you talked about actually having a relationship with the person over the transaction. I'm just going to say that because I'm speaking real estate now. For me, it is about making sure that I keep a reputable relationship with all of my clients, and it's them over the transaction. I mean, most of my clients, or I'm not going to say most, I'm going to say all of my clients, Monica is going to call every now and then, say, hey, I'm just checking on you. How are you doing? Do you need anything?
I can say that is true.
Yes, because you are one of our clients. So, I mean, I'm going to check on you. And I have clients that are in El Paso. I have clients that are up in Philadelphia. I have clients everywhere, and they still get the same text message from me every now and then. Hey, I'm just checking on you. Is there something that I can help you with? Or is there something that you need? If it's something that I can help with, then I help. If it's something that I cannot help with, then I try to find somebody that can help them with it. Because at the end of the day, you're dealing with people, and you're dealing with people and their money as well. You're dealing with people and their money. And we know that money is everything for this world. It literally does make the world go round. So I like how you put that relationships over everything else, and making sure that you are connected to the right people. And it's just not some type of attachment, because your body will give the energy off if this person is a leech per se, or if this person is really here trying to learn something. And so maybe you should have told me that maybe 2 years ago, and I'd be in a different headspace. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Okay, so I want you to tell us a little bit about your family real quick, and then we'll end the show.
Okay. I would love to. So I'm really proud of my family. My mother, Linda, and my father, Walter, are two amazing individuals. They, every night at 9:00, they pray for their family.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know if anybody has ever really thought about the power of prayer. You will know the difference if you're in an environment where somebody is praying for you. It makes a difference. It really does. I wish people understood the importance of praying for your children. My parents do that for their entire family. I've had a wonderful upbringing. I have great siblings. My brother is also in financial services, and he and his wife and my sisters are amazing. I have a sister in real estate. And they're in Sacramento area or in California area. So they're not here. But
I was thinking she was up here in Dallas. Okay.
No. And they are amazing, like you, in this industry. They have really made their mark, the Tatayo group. But anyway, you can find her on my page. Shante.
Okay.
And Misty, my sister, who's a hairstylist for many years, has been doing that, is in this area now in the Dallas region. And then I'll just say, I'm proud of my husband. He's a pastor. He's worked his job for over 30 years.
The UPS man.
He's committed. He's a committed person. He's stable, and he's one of the most loyal people I know. He's one of those people you can depend on, and he can fix anything. So
I love it.
I've been like, I guess I'll keep him.
You may as well, because I'm telling you,
it's not a whole lot out
it's
there.
not a whole lot out there. So stick with
I'm
what
sorry,
you know,
guys.
sister.
I'm sorry for the single men listening. That's so mean. But no, I do have a wonderful family. My children, almost all of them are grown. They are like, now it's turned around on me.
I know.
Like, they're teaching me. I have, my oldest is an RN. And she's doing amazing things. She's also a travel travel agent on the side,
Oh.
Christian is, and
Mhm.
they are always like helping me. Like
Right.
I send pictures to them, like, what do y'all think? So that's all this. And I have another one, Kaylin, her and Wendell. Oh, Christian is attached to my grandson, Caden. And I have
That's where Anna comes in,
Ona
right?
comes in from
Okay.
that. I have an
Okay.
adopted daughter, Brandy, and two grandsons with her. Kaylin is in this area. She is a professional project manager. She's awesome in her day
Wow.
job, but she has all these side things that she does too. She's pretty incredible. She has a brand, Kroir, Kroir, but she's just an amazing content creator, and she's just a dynamic fashion designer, just a dynamic individual. Her husband, Wendell, is an assistant principal in the area, and he is over the top. It's Assistant
Wow.
Principals Week, so I sent a special shout out to him
I saw
on
it.
Facebook
I
because
saw
of
it.
that. But he goes so much above and beyond with
Wow.
his students, and
Yeah.
you need that kind of positive influence on young men. He has his dreads, long dreads, and he is himself in
Yeah.
that role, and
Yeah.
that just creates some type of energy with kids.
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep going. I have a daughter, Kelley. She's at Prairie View.
Yes. That's the dancing machine right
Yes.
there. I'm like, get it, girl.
She dances and she sings, and she's going to graduate in December. She's
Oh,
registered for her
wow.
final semester. So thank God. She did it in like 2.5 years.
Yes. I mean, she just graduated.
She did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then finally AJ, and he's graduating in May. He's our senior. He's going to Fayetteville. We're praying for scholarships.
Yes. Yes.
So he can enjoy himself, and we can not be have as much student debt as possible.
Yeah.
So, but he's going to do engineering. So we're really proud of him. He's already been accepted into their School of Engineering.
Oh, wow.
So just all I'm asking is, if people that are listening, pray for my children and my family.
Yes.
We need your prayers.
Yes.
And of course, my church family in Mount Pisgah, and all of our greater Texarkana, DeQueen, and all of the Southwest Arkansas, Northeast Texas area family. I just send you my love.
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing with the world who you are and what you bring to the table. And sister, I must say you bring a lot to the table, and it has been a pleasure to just watch you grow as well over the years, and just see like how your kids have grown. I mean, because we've known each other for a long time, but just to see these babies grow up and they're all doing their own thing and everybody is successful. They are just getting started and they are already killing it, and they have so much time ahead of them. And I have to remind Tyler of that often. He's like, Mom, I'm like, son, you're 22. I wish I was doing what you were doing at 22. Great. You're doing great. So we have to remind our kids, and shout out to your parents for praying over the family every single night at 9:00 p.m. Like, that's amazing. That's things that you don't hear people say a lot. And some people may do it and you never know anything about it, but that's amazing. And I can tell, I see the fruits of the Spirit. I see you, Michael, Misty. I see y'all working and taking care of your families and building things out, building in the community. And Michael with his son, coaching T-ball, and they have a new baby, and like the band, and y'all are just killing it. And I love it. I love it. I love it. You're not letting anything stop you or stand in front of you. And your parents' prayers are absolutely working, because all of you guys are successful. And so shout out to Miss Linda and Mr. Walter for keeping their babies covered and their families covered. And guess what? It is 2024. And I'm anxious to see what happens with you in the next 2 years, because you're already killing it. And so keep doing what you're doing, keep educating. Eventually the world will catch on to who LaTonya is. So thank you for coming. And this concludes episode number 2. We hope y'all have a fabulous week, and I'll see you sometime next week. And don't forget to reach out to her. If you do not have her contact information, reach out to me. I will be more than happy to get you in contact with her. I hope y'all have a good week and a safe weekend, and talk to you soon.